Hello and thank you for clicking on this video. I'm TBT Lego Guy and this...
I'm not real name included Richie Marshmallow.
Exactly. And today we're going to be playing the three-word game. Essentially, one of us comes up with 3 words, and the other...
Shouldn't I explain this? I am the creator.
No, I am the creator, actually.
Wait, you are? Really?
I am.
I have a bad memory. Okay, yeah, go on.
Okay, so... And the other one comes up with a segment of a story involving those 3 words. So here we go. Your words are...
Maybe we should have planned them out.
I've planned mine out. BB-8, a diary, and planet Zebulon.
BB-8, a diary, and planet Zebulon.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was once a little boy named Timmy. He had a bad habit of falling down wells. But, you see, after the second time he fell down a well, he realized falling down wells really hurts my emotions. So he got a diary to express his emotions. 5 days later, he watched the new Star Wars movie, and he was like, OMG, LOL, V. What? That's how kids speak these days. The youngsters speak that way. Hey, that's a rhyme. So he wrote in his diary about the adventures of BB-8 on planet Zebulon?
You can call it whatever you want. I don't remember it myself. It started with
A Z.
Yeah.
So Zebulon, sure. Zebulon. So BB-8 was rolling around on planet Zebulon, just minding his own business. Let's say planet Zebulon is an entirely green planet with like red trees with no leaves that like jag up because they can. And he's just rolling around when suddenly he notices...
Okay, so my turn. Awesome. What are my 3 words?
You get space octopus, banana, and empty yogurt container.
Okay, so BB-8 was rolling around on planet Zebulon. When suddenly he realized...
We'll have to edit some of the waiting bits out. Did I break the 4th wall?
Yes. He broke the 4th wall, everybody.
Don't worry. We'll edit that out too.
Okay, so no more of breaking of that wall. Okay, so BB was rolling around, and then he realized that he was no longer on the ground. He looked down, and then he fell into the ocean, and he was going to drown, or his circuits would be fried because he's underwater, electricity, robots, water.
Yes.
But then an octopus found him, and this was a space octopus. All right, so a living empty yogurt thing.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
He came and pulled BB-8 up to the surface. BB-8 and this empty yogurt thing became friends. And besides a space octopus, what was my other word?
Banana.
All right. And BB-8 said,
"Thank you, I'd be happy to return the favor."
That's how BB-8 speaks, because he's a robot.
Yes. Is that it? Did you use all the words?
No, I'm just... This was getting too insane, so I just took a stop and that went it.
Okay.
Oh, my apologies.
It's fine.
I have to throw some Lego pieces out because I did something bad. There we go. Okay, so the empty yogurt container said, actually, no, BB-8 said,
Thank you, friend. I'll be happy to repay the favor sometime.
the empty yogurt container said, well, actually, I've been getting very hungry. There's not a lot to eat underwater that isn't gross. But why don't you have a robot, my friend? Why don't you have a banana, my friend? said BB-8, and BB-8 gave and like the empty yogurt container's name is now Aberforth.
Okay.
Right, so now, from that moment on, BB-8 and Aberforth were now friends.
Just
And-
need one more thing.
Right, so my apologies for taking
Oh,
taking
it's
so.
fine.
My
first one was honestly too short.
Yeah. We do this all the time in school, by the way, but we finally made the decision to do this on a video.
Because, well, reasons.
Exactly. Okay, so Timmy was about to write the next part in the story, but then, where is Timmy writing this?
His diary.
Where is Timmy?
In his room.
Alright. But then Timmy's mom came over and said, you have to go to bed. Put that diary away. That's what Timmy's mom sounds like. Timmy was so aggravated, and he got so aggravated that his diary turned real. And the creatures from his imaginary world, like the space octopuses in particular, became real and started just invading the planet.
That's not very good.
That's where I leave it off.
Okay. Pass it over here. Da-da-da-da.
Okay, let me give you your 3 words. Traffic cone, Lego piece.
You just listen to things from your room, but okay.
Well, they're easier to think of because I don't even have to think.
That's why I said yogurt container. I don't know if it's a yogurt container, but it's a container and I thought yogurt.
I've got a dirt and a flour in there.
Oh, cool. My favorite type of yogurt.
And more than one dirt.
More than one dirt? Mmm. We at no fancy restaurants. We had the good old ones. From the olden days.
Okay, so
Traffic
cone, Lego piece, and spaceship.
Spaceship, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's in my room too, by the way. But well, it's not. It's I can just see it through the window. Yeah, for that. Yeah.
Wait,
You see?
Are we get what?
You see the spaceship over there? Oh, just turned invisible.
Oh, I see. You totally do. I thought you had like a miniature spaceship or something.
Oh.
I was literally about to make a joke about how there's reels. You beat me to it, friend. Touche. So traffic cone, Lego piece, spaceship. Okay, so little Timmy was like super scared now. He felt really guilty because now the whole world was being invaded by space octopus. Octopus?
Octopi. They're like octopus in a pie. It's like rabbit pie, but it's octopi.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I heard from game theory that it's actually like octopus. Anomalies. Okay, let's just call them octopi. So a bunch of space octopi jumped out of his diary and now are taking over the world. And all the humans, they're casting about it. And he was super scared. So he hid straight under his bed and his mom was yelling, Timmy, you bad boy! This is the second time this month that you've endangered the world! So now Timmy's getting angry again. So Timmy crawls out from under his bed, looks her dead in the eyes, and says, well, maybe I wouldn't destroy the world so much, Mother, if you were more caring about me. And she was like, oh! she slowly walked away. But then she tripped over a traffic cone. And she went tumbling down the stairs. And at the bottom of the stairs was his mini spaceship. She fell onto the mini spaceship.
Well, we've got to make... We don't want this to be PG. Everyone should be available to watch this video.
Oh no, nothing's bad. And then she landed on the spaceship and she was like, ow, that really hurt. But then the spaceship came alive and blasted her out the window. Now she's flying through the air yelling, Timmy, you're not getting ice cream for dessert tonight.
Oh, what a horrible punishment.
Wait, traffic cone, spaceship, Lego piece. So then Timmy was like, I gotta save my mom. Timmy was like, hey, I gotta save my mom. If I save my mom, then maybe she'll still give me ice cream. So he jumped into his big bin of Lego and dumped it all on the floor, everywhere over the house, and started scouring until he got the pieces to make a fake Lego sword. And he jumped out the window. And that's where I leave it. So he's trying to save his mom with the sword made of Lego, and you get Cube Robot, Magic Wand, Roast Beef Sandwich.
Okay, so Timmy was running, following the spaceship. He wouldn't lose sight of it, but then one of the space octopi on the street offered him a roast beef sandwich. Timmy said, sure, I'll have one. He ate it, and when he finished eating it, he realized, I don't know where my mom is.
Dang it, Timmy.
I completely already forgot what the other two words are.
It was roast beef sandwich, cube-shaped bot, like a robot that's a cube, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And what was it? Let's just add a new one. So cube-shaped robot, roast beef sandwich, and I'm gonna say, magic wand. That's what it was.
All right. So Timmy had no idea how he was going to find his mom because he didn't know where the spaceship went.
That's not very good.
So sad and defeated, he went home with his Lego sword, and then he realized, if only I had a cube robot that could sense where all spaceships are. And then he realized, I can make whatever I want because I have the diary. He wrote about a cube robot, but then nothing happened. I have to be really mad for the stuff in my diary to come to life. So then Timmy started watching a movie that he really didn't like and disrespected. I won't say which movie to avoid controversy and other people disagreeing with me. But believe me, when you're older, you'll realize that movie was terrible.
Which movie is it?
Cars.
The third one was great, though.
I know, the third one was amazing. Apart from the fact that Lightning McQueen didn't retire.
You know you just gave up what the movie was, right? Might have to edit that.
Yeah, we'll do some editing.
Bippity-boppity-boop.
Exactly.
Okay. You still have magic wand.
Right, so, but Timmy realized, since I'm bringing stuff to life, I'd love to have a magic wand. So he watched this aggravating movie, Cars 2.
You can scream at us in the comments all you want.
Yeah, all you want, but I won't even read them. So
how about you scream at us with the hashtag you suck, so then we can just use a filter or something.
Right, yeah.
Wait, that wouldn't work. Or what?
I've never done filters before.
I'm probably more uneducated about this than you.
Thank you. I think. uneducated. Yeah, that is a compliment. Okay, so seeing that the cube robot and the magic wand that came to life, Timmy started making things levitate and making cracks in the walls and repairing them and failing to repair them.
It's not Leviosa, it's Levio. Wait, I said the same thing again.
I think in the books,
It's not.
the thing is that it's Wingardium Leviosa. You gotta make the gar nice and long.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Yeah, in the movie, I think it's...
Wingardium Leviosa. That's a
Yeah,
rookie mistake.
exactly. Rookie mistake, everybody.
So, Ronald Weasley obviously can't be the best because he's the fair weather friend. He doesn't do anything. Except pout about his amazingly colored jumpers. Okay.
Yeah.
Continuing on. Moving swiftly on.
Okay, so Timmy asked the cube robot, guide me to my mother. The cube robot said, which spaceship is she on? I believe it's spaceship number X, said Timmy.
X. Yep.
X is now
math,
number.
People. We're doing math now, people. Algebra. Okay.
Okay, so the cube robot said, be located, follow me, unnamed human, I will go over to the robot.
His name's Timmy.
But the cube robot doesn't know that.
Yeah.
So Timmy followed this cube robot, but then
Always follow the robots, people.
yeah, but then he dropped his magic wand. He could go back and get it, but if he did, he'd lose the sight of the cube robot. And that's where I leave it off.
Okay.
Okay, box, bag, and battleship. That's the board game.
What, the board game? Not the... Okay. Box, battleship, the board game, and bag?
Exactly. And
I guess. Okay. Let's do this. So, little Timmy was like, which one do I choose? It's like Minecraft story mode all over again. Do I pick this character or do I pick this character? Do I go get my wand or do I go follow the robot? And he was like, well, I'm going to go follow the robot. I'm probably not going to have repercussions for this. So he wandered off with the robot, and then he found a small plastic bag on the side of the road. He didn't know why, but he decided to open it. And suddenly, a red, like, blinding light, you know, that's the thing, starts zooming out of it and grabs his face, and he starts screaming, and the cube robot looks at him and is like, human, what is going on? Beep, boop, 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 boop. Human, there is a ancestral deity on your face. So now Timmy is obviously getting attacked by some ancestral deity, but why would a deity attack him? So the cube robot was said, I will save you, human, and started rushing straight at the thing and headbutted the thing.
And by thing, do you mean the cube robot?
No.
Oh.
No, like, the cube robot headbutted the blinding light.
Oh. Yeah, that's what you do to blinding light.
And the blinding light went like, oh no, and went over the trees.
Right.
So then Timmy kept walking, because that's what you do after a traumatic experience. He kept following the cube robot when he saw his mother in a deep part of the forest that he is now in, because I don't know if I said that before, on the ground, playing Battleship with a space octopus and like that, the ship X, sure.
Yeah, ship
the
X.
Ship number X. Okay. So, but the now alive ship was obviously winning, and Timmy's mom was like, "No, that isn't fair. You're a hacker." and then the ship replied, "This is a board game. You can't hack it." And then she said, "Well, then you're a cheater." next octopus was like, blah, 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 which in turn means you are so aggravating when you just don't lose, except your place, woman. So he jumped down, not realizing that they were actually friends, reading the situation as a hostage situation. He jumped down and grabbed the nearest thing near where they were sitting, which was a cardboard box, and chucked it at the head of the space octopus, and the space octopus was like hit in the face, and it hit him right in the eye, so now he was ow, ow, no, I was just saying that, ow, keep that, that's comedy gold. Okay, real life injuries aside, the cardboard box hit him square in the eye, and he's screaming, and which in turn meant, oh my gosh, get this thing off my face, it hurts so much. So then his eye's now blind. He's now blind in one eye. So he sees little Timmy is like, which means you, and starts rushing towards him. Tentacles rolled up like fists. And then he lets him go like whips. It hits little Timmy square in the face. And that's where I ended.
Okay.
You get, I'm gonna say you get robot dinosaurs, another dimension, and cheeseburger.
Okay, robot dinosaurs, another dimension. Okay,
and
so
cheeseburger.
right, and cheeseburger. But I didn't need to re-say that because I'd never forget about that. Robot dinosaur, and another dimension. Okay, so the octopus was fighting Timmy, pounding his tentacles on Timmy, saying things that Timmy didn't understand because it was in octopus-ish, like English, but octopus is-ish. And then the mom came over and they threw the battleship box at the octopus, and the octopus fainted.
Oh.
Yeah.
That octopus is supposed to be really weak. He was defeated by literally 2 probably empty boxes
Yeah.
put at him. Yeah.
Okay, so Timmy tells his mom, "I'm sorry about getting mad at you, and I hope that you still let me have desserts."
Stuff here. Sound can't be used. They fell down. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Things fall down.
There.
Yeah. Okay, so Timmy says to his mom, "And I hope I still get a dessert, and I think I know how to stop this insanity. If I go back into my room and close that diary."
And how long did Timmy know this?
He just had the epiphany. Then all the stuff that came out of it should cease to exist. So Timmy and his mama ran back over to his house. One of the octopi gave his mama a cheeseburger on the way over, and his mom said, "You know, I think I might miss all of these octopi."
Little Timmy's not Mom's favorite.
Yeah. So, little Timmy and his mom were about to go into their house, but they were blocked. There was a robot dinosaur in front of them.
That's not very good.
Oh no, I'm going to regret imagining that.
Yeah.
Writing about it, said Timmy. The robot dinosaur let out a huge electronic roar.
Sounds like my Thursdays.
It started chasing down Timmy and his mom. Timmy and his mom saw a house with the door open. They ran into it. The robot
That's
dinosaur.
definitely something responsible to do.
Yeah. The robot dinosaur ran at the house.
Okay.
Thinking it could get through the door. It couldn't. So the house.
Smarter than that.
The house sort of exploded. but along with with the robot dinosaur too. So
What's with it? Like, I know this is much, but like, when we do some of these, every once in a while, like, when we get later on in the story, for some reason we just love to have houses explode. Remember
we've had this once before.
Last one, we did where they like time traveled in the bus, and the end, when he became like the blue dragon and blew up the buildings in the forest. Yeah. Anyways.
Well, that time it was you who decided to have the house blow up. We're taking turns in deciding that the house is blow up. And by the way, this isn't part of the story, but as additional information, the people who lived in that house were on holiday.
They were in Florida.
Exactly.
Also, remember our first one? The communist banana. Remember him?
Yeah.
Oh, that was great. Anyways, none of them know what's going on here and think we're weird, so let's swiftly move on.
Okay, so then Timmy and his mom ran back over to that was a cool sounding car that just passed by my house.
Could you hear that, viewers? You could probably hear that.
Yeah. Well, maybe you didn't hear that, and we're still weirdos too. Okay, Timmy and his mom ran back into the house. Timmy ran over to his room, but because Timmy's mom absolutely despised Timmy's room, she just stayed out. Timmy ran over to his room and went over to his diary. He was about to close it, but then the diary started glowing yellow, and then he was just sucked into the diary.
Ooh. Is that how you end it?
Well, yeah, so this is the other dimension. Yeah, where...
So that's how you end it?
Yeah.
Give me my things.
Okay, puppet, sidewalk, and plastic bag.
You already gave me that. Give me a new thing.
But the last one wasn't a plastic one.
Yeah, but I used this plastic one.
Oh, all right.
Come on.
The ocean.
Okay. So, puppet, ocean, and not plastic bag. What was it?
Puppet,
Sidewalk.
ocean, and sidewalk.
Okay. So, Timmy was instantly transported to another dimension in a blinding yellow light. He fell square on his face in a sidewalk and yelled, "Ow!" And he looked around, and it was just a normal neighborhood. He was like, "Oh, wait, what? Was I just transported outside of my house?" But then suddenly someone's door opened, and out walked a puppet. And not humans, since the world was inhabited by puppets.
Okay.
And then he looked up, and there was no sky. There was a huge dude with 6 arms, with like white mask on, with like a black trench coat, pulling all the strings.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Thanks. Then I still got. So I got puppet, and then I need.
Yeah, you've got puppet and sidewalk.
Ocean.
Yeah, ocean.
So he got really scared, obviously, and kept on running and running and running and running and running until he tripped. And he went tumbling forward for the air, and he hit one of the dolls. The doll sort of just like collapsed onto the ground. Its bones, it's like wooden bones sort of crackled. I don't know why. Just to make more noise. Then suddenly, the doll's head turned around the back. You know, like when your head goes to the back of your body in horror movies?
Well, that's never happened to me before. But.
Really? Because it sounds like a normal Monday night for me. And then he looked at him, and then obviously his body turned with him after a few seconds, and he yelled, "Intruder!" And then he heard intruder coming from the village. All the puppets were looking at him. He looked up, and the big dude was looking at him. The big dude was like, "That's not very good. No intruders." And then he started moving his fingers, and the puppet started running towards him and pulled out baseball bats.
Oh no.
So he kept on running and running. When suddenly he was looking behind him, he stopped. He was surrounded. Two tried to hit him. He was like in a circle. Two raised their baseball bats and tried to hit him. He dodged one and grabbed the other bat, ripped out of his head, and socked him right in the head. And then he ran out of the, like, sort of, because you know how there's a circle so he can't get out, but if one's gone, then he can get out there?
Oh, yeah.
So he ran past the nail unconscious, but not dead. This is still PG.
Yeah. It's still not PG.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Though it is sort of scary, so.
It was like 5 seconds. And so he ran the other way, and then he tripped on a rock looking behind him. But he got up and started sort of sword fighting with them until they knocked him over, and he fell down a well. And he was getting sucked away by the river water in the well until suddenly he came bursting out. Light and air filled his lungs yet again, and he fell into the ocean. I'm gonna give you snake, talking, leaf, trans-dimensional hot dog.
Cool. Alright. So, Timmy swam over to the surface and realized this was not the same town. Though it did, once again, look like a normal neighborhood. He walked on one of the person's houses. The door opened, and the person behind the door wasn't a person. It was a leaf. And then the leaf had the 3 rips on it. It sort of looks like a face. And then the one that sort of looks like it resembled the mouth started flapping open. The leaf was talking. "Who are you?" said the leaf. "I'm Timmy, and I'm a dimension traveler, and I wanted to get back to the dimension where humans populate the towns." "What are towns?" asked the leaf. "Towns are, all of these houses and roads, what you call them when they're together." "We don't call those towns," said the leaf. "We call those as
Yep. Proper terminology here, people. Get it right. Anyways.
So, but then there was a rustling in the bushes and next to the leaf's house, and out of it came a snake. It was a big snake. Started getting closer to Timmy. He was too paralyzed to move. And then
Wait, so he can sword fight a bunch of evil puppets, but he can't handle a little snake?
well, exactly. You see,
He probably has a snake phobia.
yeah, it's called snake phobia.
Good one. Yeah. Moving swiftly on. Okay.
Okay, so the leaf said, "Well, calm down, Ganesh," which is the name of the snake.
Okay.
This weirdo with 4 limbs, 5 if you count that really short one on top. He's not evil, are you? And Timmy's still paralyzed to talk.
Okay.
He didn't say anything, and the leaf said, "That's how you say evil in our world."
Okay.
So the leaf said, "Ganesh, get this 4-limbed person." And Timmy started running away from the snake. And then he saw a well. Now in the last dimension,
The well was the portal out?
yeah, so perhaps this well would work again. So Timmy ran over to the well, but on his way there, he realized that there was a hot dog and another cheeseburger on the ground, so he picked these 2 up on the way there. And as he jumped into the well, he began to take a bite of the cheeseburger, but then he couldn't taste it. But once he was back in another dimension, he looked at his hand, the cheeseburger was gone. But in his right hand, the hot dog was still there. This hot dog was transdimensional, could go between dimensions, but everything else, such as this cheeseburger, could not.
Except living beings.
Yeah, the living beings and the clothes they wear. Yeah.
Because that would be weird.
Yeah. I guess. And Timmy was now in the real world. He had been spewed out of his diary, and after the diary spewed him out, it closed. And then a bunch of all of the space octopi and spaceships, even spaceship number X, just sort of vaporized.
Is that where we should leave it off?
Yeah, shall we make a prequel, or shall we just end this video?
What if...
I think we should...
How long has it been going? Go check.
It has been 38 minutes.
38?
Yeah, I think we should end this video.
That's definitely good.
Yeah.
We have to edit that a bit, yeah.
Yeah, and we might make another one in the future. But thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Later.